A lot of you guys already know this, but going up to the Smokies is the one trip I do every single year where it's not really based on creating content. It's just one of my most favorite things to do, relax, reset, drive some amazing roads with some amazing people. And as a content creator, I usually don't do the best job. Now I know you guys like seeing some of the driving footage, so I did throw the GoPro up for a pretty sweet rip up the Dragon with the 964 and got the chance to drive a very special 993 turbo. So despite being a short video, if you guys like the video, like it, let me know, and I hope you enjoy. Air-cooled 4-liter 964 takes on the Dragon. Chasing down our buddy in a 993 turbo. Should be fun. Some of these corners I almost need a downshift in a first on. All right guys, so we've been up in the Smoky Mountains and I've been on probably one of the best cruises of my life today with two very special cars and two very cool people. So obviously you guys know 4-liter and my 964, but this is my buddy David's 993 turbo, absolutely beautiful car. And then this is Clay's 964 turbo. So we've been ripping the mountains and both these cars have built motors and like boost turned up.
I've had this car 20 years now, bought it in 05. 540 torque and horsepower to the rear wheels.
So cool.
And I ripped out the 4-wheel drive and it makes it a little more fun to drive. Yeah.
And then what does this car make?
It's a 3.3, but we did the top and bottom in rebuild. So it's got curler rods, a hybrid turbo. It's got the old CIS system in it still, which I probably at some point will upgrade it to the fuel injection. 350 wheel horsepower.
Okay.
1-bar spring.
Such a beautiful car.
Thanks, man.
I know, I'm super excited for this. I've always thought the 993 Turbo is one of the most beautiful air-cooled Porsches of all time, but I've never gotten the opportunity to drive one, and me and David are gonna do a little car swap. He's never driven a 4-liter air-cooled car. He's a phenomenal driver, so I think he's gonna have a blast, but I'm stoked to see what the old school turbos are all about. I know this thing is not a 930 Turbo, so it's gonna be a little bit more refined, but we're gonna throw a GoPro in it. We're gonna go take it for a rip. We're on the Foothills Parkway right now. Beautiful road, super smooth, kind of high speed, but I think the turbo will shine here more so than if we were in like some like super windy road like the Tail of the Dragon. I've driven newer water-cooled turbos, but never an old air-cooled one, so I'm very excited. Easy. Okay, yeah, that's already a lot different. hard for me to make a direct comparison because I've spent so much time in my car. I'm so comfortable. Where something new is very, I'm a little out of my element right now. Brakes, steering, everything. The power coming out of the corners is sick though. Hey, he's on my butt. Bye-bye. Well, the brakes feel way better than mine. Really stab them with your toe. I'm really bad at car reviews. Very smooth for a turbo car. I thought it was just gonna like kick me in the butt. It's more smooth, but child. Wow, let's give it a nice good rip. Boost! Well, I found the limiter, sorry. I have more confidence in this at higher speed than I do in the 964. Front end just feels so light. Damn, he's out my butt. I think his alignment's a little bit more street friendly than mine because it's a little bit more numb on turn in. And once you're turned in, it's really good. Here, I don't even want, we're going really fast right now for sure. For those of you that aren't super familiar, car is worth well over $200,000, so it's very cool to have someone that I've met just a handful of times trust me with his baby that he's had for 20 years to just rip at full tilt on a mountain road. You were wheeling this thing. You were on my ass the whole time.
I've always been a turbo guy, but this might have changed my mind. I mean, this suspension setup is so dialed in. It drives so effortlessly.
That means a lot.
It's so easy to go fast in this car.
Yeah.
My car, you got to manhandle everything. This is just amazing. Wow.
I'm glad you liked it. I definitely obsessed and like spent a couple of days trying to dial the suspension in before I came up here, and I'm really happy with it. Your car obviously is like a space shuttle compared to this thing. How quick it is coming out of the corners. You know what I really liked about your car? I don't know if you felt it with mine. I feel like your car is more caster because when I'm steering in the corners, I feel like it wants to straighten out more. Where I feel like my car, I have to return it to center more. Does that kind of make sense?
That kind of makes sense, I guess. I mean, I love the way your car handles. I mean, I'm not a suspension guru, but if my car could handle like your car, and it's just, you can feel the heft of my car going around turns. You really got to kind of lean into it, and your car is just, I feel like I could have gone 20% faster.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one thing that kind of scared me a little bit with your car, maybe you have toe in the front, and it's not, this car is like a little bit of toe out. It feels not super confidence inspiring on the very beginning of turn in, but once you're set in the corner, it's great.
Yeah.
I like your brakes better than mine too. I think my brake pedal feels weird.
These are stock brakes. They're just big reds, but I got pads on them. I have like an endurance pad up front and padded blacks in the rear. So the brakes have always been good in this car, but man, I'm overwhelmed at how fun this thing is to drive.
Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Wow.
Because we technically, I think, have the same brakes. Mine are black, but they're technically the same thing as big reds.
Yeah.
But I think it's like maybe because I have the Master that came from the 964, you're like, the pedal feel just felt a lot better than mine.
Yeah. Wow. That is so fun to drive.
Thank you. That was a bucket list for me.
Yeah. Wow.
In other eventful news, some of the other occurrences I've had with this car on this trip include many rock chips and one pretty large crack in the windshield, but what's cool is I actually have another windshield back at home for this, so I'm not super upset that I got cracked. I'm just glad that I didn't put the new windshield in before this. And I had a scare that almost caused a crash. I was coming around a corner, smelled a bunch of fuel. The car started almost spinning out on right-handers, and what turned up happening, I had cross-threaded the gas cap on, which is actually apparently a very easy thing to do on this. All the fuel was coming out, going down the drain tube. You can see it's a little bit of remnants on the side of the car. It was basically dripping out right behind the rear tire, so it almost caused me to spin out, but luckily caught it, got it fixed. I was able to enjoy the rest of the trip.